What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and today I have a spread that I want to share with you. This is a spread I created to check in on the energies of a business, and I call this the Business Energy Spread. It's going to tell us how our business is doing, what we need to do to improve, what we're doing wrong, and give us an outlook into the future of how this business is going to go into the next 3 months. So today I'm going to be using my Druidcraft Tarot. I love this tarot deck. It's trimmed and it's ready to rock. So let me give it a few shuffles and I'll do a sample reading for this spread so that we can see it in action and you can get a real sense of what the spread is doing. This is a 9-card spread. So let me just get centered here and ask the tarot the question, what is the energy of my business? In case you don't know, I just started up my Etsy shop. I'm offering tarot readings on there, and it's just very new business, and I want to know how I can improve the business, how I can get more clients, how I can what I'm doing right. So this is a perfect time for me to use this spread on myself. I created this spread for another person, but it's time for me to use it on myself. So this is the first time I've checked in on this new business of mine. If you guys want to go check it out, the Etsy link is in the description. And yes, tarot readings. I have 3 card. I have longer and more in-depth readings. So we're going to check out the energy of that business now. Sometimes when a card flies out, I get the feeling that it wants to be in a reading. Other times I get the feeling it was just an accident. And that time I got the feeling that that was an accident. Alright, this is the 9-card spread. Let me cut the deck. And we're going to lay it out like this. Card 1. Card 2. Card 3. 4. 5. 6. And then this is going to be hard to see on the camera, but we have 3 cards on the bottom. 1, 7, 8, 9. Can you see all that? I'll show these cards more up close so that you get the idea of what's going on here. So this is my 9-card spread. Okay, the first card that we dealt out is the primary business objective, and I've got the 7 of Cups. It seems to me that my primary business objective is a little bit muddled at this point. Traditionally, the 7 of Cups is about all different options and not being sure which one to take or which one to focus on. I'm getting the sense that my business objective needs to be more concise, needs to be more sharpened, has to be more directed in one specific direction. Probably I get the feeling that, you know, with my tarot readings, I want to help people. I also want to, you know, make it at least profitable in some way. I also want to get the word out there a lot, but I need to really focus on what my primary objective is. You know, whenever you start a new business, your energies are always going to be scattered because there's so much to do and so much to learn. And I'm in a learning process now, and I need to start focusing on one particular thing. So whether that's probably, logically speaking, is probably getting the word out there more. And rather than focusing on the semantics, the details of my business, I really should probably focus on getting the word out there. That's what this card is telling me a little bit. So that's the first card. The second card here is the biggest problem the business is facing. And we have the King of Pentacles. I think this card is telling me that my biggest problem right now is that I'm not very well grounded. I'm wanting to... Well, hold on a minute. Maybe that's not it. Give me a second to sit with this card. Okay, I think my biggest problem is I'm too focused on money. I think that's what it is. Too focused on, is this going to be economically viable? Am I wasting my time, money, and effort by doing this? And I think that's at the forefront of my mind, and I think that's my biggest hurdle. You know, if you're going to start a new business, you have to do it because you love to do it. And if you're going to be too involved in the, well, not too involved, but too, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're going to take your hits personally and emotionally and really be affected by the problems that the business is going to stumble into on the first part of the business, the first few months, then you're not going to be very successful, because there's always going to be those obstacles and hurdles at the start of a business. So from this card, I'm getting the feeling that I'm a little bit too involved with the logistics of this business. I should just do it because I love to do it, and try to bring positive energy into it rather than focusing on the negative aspects of what's happening, where I'm getting tripped up on. The third card is the biggest strength of the business, and here I have the Chariot. And I think the biggest strength of my business is that I have it all together. I've put it all together. I've been, studying tarot for a long time. I'm really good at it, and I'm bringing in all my energy and all my power and all my knowledge and experience, and I'm bringing it all together and putting it into this business and trying to take it somewhere. So I think my strength is that I'm well-rounded. I know how to market myself a little bit. I'm really good at tarot. I'm really good at internet stuff. A lot of this business is internet stuff, and so I'm bringing all my skills and all my techniques together and pointing myself in a certain direction. So I think I'm well-rounded, and I think that's what the Chariot there is trying to tell me. The fourth card is the biggest weakness of this business, and we have the Four of Swords. Let me hold this with two hands here. The Four of Swords is telling me that at times I can be too meditative. Rather than taking decisive action, sometimes I'll just sit and wait and see if I really want to take that action. Rather than just knowing what the right action is and doing it, sometimes I'll sit back and just wait. And maybe one of my biggest attributes is my patience. And sometimes that can really hurt me, because I'm maybe too patient sometimes. When action needs to be taken, I'll sit back and meditate on it and think about things and ruminate, when steady action should be taken. So I think one of my weaknesses, or my main weakness, is what this spread is telling me, is that I'm too laid back, too relaxed. I should really go after things rather than let things come to me when it's viable to do so. So being too meditative can hurt you, and it's hurting my business, it seems like. This is what will help my business. And we have Justice. I'm getting the feeling that Justice here is telling me that I need to be fair. I need to treat myself fairly and treat my customers fairly and evenly, and give them a good product in exchange for the money that they're giving up. So of course you want your customers to be happy and satisfied, and there has to be an even exchange. And I feel like that's what I'm going to be doing in this business. I definitely want to give an even exchange here, and perhaps even give the customers more than what they pay for. That's my intention, because you're not going to get this information from anybody other than a mystic, a psychic. And you can't go to any counselor and they're not going to give you this type of information. So it is valuable information, but at the same time, I think I need to be fair and make sure my prices are fair and attractive, so that at least at the beginning we can start off on a good foot here. So that's what will help my business, treating my customers fairly. What will hurt my business? We've got the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is all about conflict. And from this card right now, I'm getting the feeling that, again, the customer should be treated fairly. I shouldn't be squabbling. I should be very open to their concerns or their critiques or their input. So I shouldn't be fighting with them, but I also shouldn't be fighting with myself. Like, it goes along with the first card, the Seven of Cups. I really need to focus my energy, and rather than having a bunch of scattered energy at the onset of this business. So this is a very good card. It's telling me that I shouldn't be too scrambled in my energy, right? That's the best way I can describe it, right? I shouldn't be all over the place. I need to be clear, focused, and concise in what I want to do, what I want to accomplish, and how I want to get there. So this is probably about fighting with myself as much as it is fighting with other people. Now the next 3 cards, we'll bring them up here. This is 7, 8, 9. And these cards represent the next 3 months of the business. And the first card here is the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles is about reaping rewards from hard work. And that's what the traditional meaning is. But always in Druidcraft, I get the feeling that this card is a little bit about trying to reap the rewards too early. Right? You put yourself out on the internet and you're saying, okay, here I am. Here's what I'm offering. And if you don't get instant feedback, you're like, ugh. You know, we're in the world of instant feedback. We're used to it. So if I don't get it, I feel kind of deflated. Like, ugh, I put myself out there and no one instantly liked it. So I think this card is telling me that in this next month, the rewards will be coming in, but not as fast as I hoped. Maybe we'll get a couple inquiries, but it's not going to be like 50 people asking for a reading. So that's something I'm going to have to prepare myself for in the next month. 7 of Pentacles. The 8th card here is in 6 months. So the 3 months after that, we have the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is all about opening up. It's all about receiving the beginnings of rewards from job well done, from hard work put in. So I'm getting the feeling that in 6 months, my business is going to start to sort of take off. You know, once you develop a client base and people can see what you can do, they know how good you are. They know that they're being charged a fair price, and then they'll start returning. And I think growing a client base will be the focus of the next 6 months. So I'm getting the sense of a very good omen here from the 3 of Wands, telling me that doors are going to be opened and we're going to start to see some success from the hard work I've put in. And this is the next 9 months. So 3 months after the 3 of Wands, we have the Princess of Pentacles. Now from this card, I'm getting the feeling that in 9 months, you know, anytime you get a pentacle, that's generally something to do with money or something tangible, something in the physical world. And the Princess or the Page of Pentacles in other decks, in this instance, is telling me that I'm going to see some financial rewards from doing what I'm doing, but it's not going to be overwhelming. I'm still going to be very young. I'm not really 100% confident in what I'm doing. So it's going to be some success, but there's going to be a learning process that comes with it. And I think that's what's going to happen here. It's going to be a learning experience, but I do see some financial rewards coming in. You can see the progression here. Definitely, you see the progression from the 7 of Pentacles through the Princess of Pentacles. It's like not that many rewards, but a little bit coming in. Then more hard work put in, and then suddenly you start seeing a little bit more rewards, more hard work put in, and start seeing some financial abundance. But it's going to be coming with a price. I'm going to have to learn from it. So that is a pretty good omen. That's a pretty good spread for me. I was kind of fearing what would happen. Like I said, anytime you start a new business, you get kind of a lot of stress and anxiety coming from that because, it's the unknown. And anytime you face the unknown, you're going to experience some negative energy. But yeah, I get a good sense from that spread that this business is going to be okay. So that is my business energy spread. You can use this with a new business, an old business, or just a business idea. And I encourage you guys to use this spread, tweak it how you want, and let me know how it goes. Put in the comment section how you feel about this spread, how you would change it, and go check out my Etsy shop as well as my Twitter. My Twitter is I'll put that on the screen. It's also in the description, and go check out the Etsy shops. Go see the business for yourself, see what you think, and put in the comment section, tell me what you think about my business, what I can do to improve, all that sort of good stuff. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.